Welcome everyone. Today I'll be explaining why Bedrock withers suck and comparing them to Java withers. You'll see the stuff I'm explaining about in the background. So first of all, the exploits used in Java such as trapping it in the Bedrock end portal or the nether roof don't work on Bedrock. I don't know why, but it doesn't stay there. It doesn't sit in the Bedrock, unlike Java. So Java already has an infinitely better cheesing method than us. Ours, if you were curious, is beds in the nether roof. That's my method, at least. Why we use this method brings me to my next point. The wither's mobility on Bedrock. On Bedrock, the Java method of putting it underground doesn't work. The wither simply flies upward, breaking blocks and flying even higher. It also does a dash move in its second phase that breaks large chunks of blocks. This move is especially annoying as Bedrock has horrible mob detection, at least on servers and realms. This means sometimes when it dashes, its body, the part you actually have to hit, is delayed behind the attacks, making it incredibly annoying to hit sometimes. In its first stage, as well, it moves around more on Bedrock, flying back and forth while shooting you with its skulls. This attack, plus the mob detection, the awful mob detection, results in pure torture. Speaking of the skulls, I've never seen anyone on Java complain about them. To be fair, I don't know your circumstances exactly on Java about the skulls it shoots, but on Bedrock, if you get hit by a skull in hard mode, the wither effect it gives you lasts 30 to 40 seconds. 30 seconds. This is Wither 2, meaning you die. Like, no matter what, you die, unless you have milk, potions, or a totem. It doesn't sound as bad when I add the unless items like the milk, the pots, and the totem, but it almost constantly barrages you with these skulls at the first phase. The skulls almost single-handedly have made me throw my controller out the window. Now, you might think dying isn't that bad until you realize the wither also destroys items that you drop. I know it does this on Java too, but you die so much more to the wither on Bedrock, it almost feels inevitable to lose your stuff against it sometimes. Anyway, back to the skull attack. I'm pretty sure on Java, your armor protects you a bit from status effects. On Bedrock, the wither effect does not care about your armor, meaning you take half a heart every second you have the wither effect. 20 HP, 10 half hearts, or well, I guess 10 hearts, 20 half hearts, and 30 seconds of wither. How is it balanced to have an instant kill? Well, I guess it's not instant, but it's inevitable unless you have the items I explained earlier. But again, it's constant barragement, so you have to constantly switch to those items and constantly keep healing and constantly have a totem on. It's just not balanced. I don't know how this is acceptable, but you know, I mean, whatever. I can't really change it. On Bedrock as well, in the second phase, it spawns wither skeletons semi-rarely. Sometimes it'll not spawn any, like at all. Other times it'll feel constant. You'll almost constantly be barraged with wither skeletons. This adds to the threat of the wither effect. And it's not just one wither skeleton each time it summons them. It's 3 at a time. To be fair, their hits are deflectable with a shield, right? Yeah, I mean they are. But who in their right mind would use a shield over a totem with the huge threat of the wither effect? So the wither skeletons, they are a threat. You can't, unless, I mean, I guess you could hold a shield in your main hand, but I don't know why you do that. I've never heard of anyone doing that. So totems. Totems against the wither are a last-ditch defense. They clear the wither effect and give you regen. Most of the time, this doesn't do much, because it's a constant barrage of wither skulls in the first phase. But if you can get away from it, totems are a savior from the gods, dude, a godsend. Without the totems, I wouldn't even know. But again, unless you can get an elytra, equip an elytra, which is already risky because you take off your chest plate. If you can equip the elytra and fly, I mean, you're good. But again, unequipping the chest plate is a huge risk because, you know, unless you can get away on Bedrock, you can't escape. You can't escape unless you equip the elytra, which is again risky because you gotta unequip the chest plate. It's nuts, dude. I said before that in its first phase, it darts back and forth a bunch, or at least has really good mobility. It does dart back and forth. It uses this to never let you out of its sight and range. The only counters to this constant follow, like, pursuit of you are Elytras and Riptide. There might be more, I don't know, but those are the first things that cross my mind. I'm pretty sure you can hit it on Java with a sword in the first phase, but on Bedrock, you can only use the laggy-ass mob detection bows. You cannot hit it with your sword in the first phase. I guess you could with an Elytra, but it doesn't go low enough. It flies super high. You can't jump hit it. It constantly moves around. It's so annoying. You gotta only use the bows, it feels like. So this, combined with the mob detection and the constant pursuit of the Wither on you, makes getting a beacon on Bedrock one of, if not the most annoying thing to do. The most annoying and the hardest thing to do. In conclusion, Java doesn't know how good they have it regarding the Wither boss fight. I made this video to enlighten them, as well as warn newer Bedrock players. I'm still experimenting ways myself to kill it more effectively. See you in the next one.